Oh, hey, how are you? Oh, man. Playing against Iowa, it's like root canal. They are one tough defense. They just try and hang in the game, keep you off kilter, take advantage of any mistakes you make, take advantage of the gazillion TV timeouts. Can't get any rhythm going, but kudos to them. And Michigan's 13-0, back to back to back Big Ten champs. And that leaves them undefeated, Washington undefeated, and Florida State undefeated, and a whole heck of a mess for the College Football Playoff Committee to deal with, don't you think? All right, here's what they should do. They should have Michigan and Washington and Florida State in. They're undefeated. How do you not go if you're undefeated? And then the fourth team should be Texas, right? Because Texas beat Alabama. Sure, Alabama beat Georgia, which was the number one team and the defending back-to-back champs of college football. But, right? You got to go with three undefeateds. And then you look at the rest of the resumes, and one team actually beat the other, straight up. Right? And I know Alabama beat Georgia, but Texas beat Alabama. That counts for nothing? Well, obviously, that's what I guess is the should. But we know that's not going to happen, right? So here's what I think is going to happen. I think Florida State, despite going undefeated with a backup quarterback and looking very, shall we say, iffy, for the lack of a better phrase, I think they're out. I know. They're going to really leave a 13-0 team at home, I think. And then I think Alabama and Texas make it. This whole thing about they're taking the four best, and I know Kirby Smart said you can't tell me that team that just lost to Alabama in the SEC championship game isn't one of the best four teams in the country. You know, what's the measurement of that? I'm sorry. I know they won 2 straight years in a row and a gazillion games in a row, but they're not conference champions. I don't think you can take a team that's not a conference champion, even though that's been done before. But not when there's 3 undefeateds and 2 other conference champions, right? So I think it's going to be Michigan 1, Washington 2, Alabama 3, and Texas 4. And I know that I just said Texas beat Alabama, but I don't think they're going to be above Alabama. I think they are going to value Alabama being the SEC champ over the Big 12 champ, which is exactly why Texas is leaving the Big 12, right? And then they're going to sit there and say that Alabama knocked off the 2-time defending champs, which is a significant victory. And then Texas wins and gets in because they only lost to one team and then vanquished that same team and destroying them and winning the Big 12 championship, which I think they'll value more than an ACC champion being undefeated and then looking iffy because their starting quarterback's out, which is not something the rest of that team can control. I believe that's the way it's going to go. Let's see if I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to be wrong for one of the teams like Georgia or Florida State that I think is going to be unhappy come Sunday. We'll see what happens. But for the moment, I feel like the Novocaine's wearing off. The root canal is done. Michigan took care of business. And then I thought it was pretty wild and neat that Harbaugh made sure that Zach Zinter was the one who took the trophy from Commissioner Petiti, which is a nice moment for the kid, and then removed all awkwardness from the occasion. And then Tony Petiti did sort of go poof, didn't he, from the podium. That's my take on college football. See you later.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.